How important are snacks to your brain? Hi, I'm Bernice Hunt, and I am a brain health specialist. I work with women just like you who are starting to notice a few memory challenges, and I help you to stay sharp so that as you age, you can still travel, have fun with your grandkids, and experience new adventures without missing a beat. As a wellness coach for over 12 years, I've heard a lot of people talk about moderation. And I get it. Moderation is a real word, but you really have to be careful, because if you're not careful with that word, you can open up a whole can of worms and end up eating a lot of trans fats and ultra processed foods in moderation. And you know, and I know, you should have no trans fats, and you should not be eating any ultra processed foods if you can possibly avoid it. You know what? You need to avoid those kind of foods and hopefully eliminate them from your diet completely, because there's nothing good about them in moderation or any other kind of way, especially when you're talking about snacks. Now, a lot of people think that if they eat a snack size portion of something, you know, they're not going to get that many calories and it's going to be okay. It's an okay type of thing to do. Not necessarily so. It's not just about the calories. Now, did you catch my video from a few days back? I talked about, brain healthy snacks. So if you didn't see it, it's on my YouTube channel or it's on my Facebook, Keep Your Brain Sharp Facebook page, and you can go and look at it on there. And it gave you some examples of some brain healthy snacks, and a couple of them I did talk about snack size portions, because they do contain naturally a lot of calories, but they're so healthy for you. You shouldn't throw away the baby with the bathwater. You still should eat them. You just have to really not eat so many. So that has a point to a certain extent, but there's a lot of snack size portions of unhealthy snacks that you should just be staying away from. Okay, so today we're going to talk more about brain healthy snacks that are good for you, not just because of their low calorie content, but also because of their wealth and abundance of nutrients that are very good for your brain. And those are the kind of snacks you want to get into the habit of eating as much as you can. Now, you may not be what you call a kitchen person. You spend all your time in the kitchen whipping up that breakfast and whipping up that lunch and whipping up that dinner. That may not be you. Okay, so if you concentrate on healthy snacks, that's going to be a step in the right direction. That's going to help propel you to better eating. And you may find out that because you're eating healthier snacks, it's going to make you change some of the meals that you're having and be more prone to eat healthier meals. And it could reduce your cravings and get you in that direction that you want to go. It's a good thing. It's all a process. So just because you're not that kitchen type of person doesn't mean you shouldn't focus on brain healthy snacks. And if you are already that kitchen person, you can, bring home the bacon and fry it up in the pan, all that kind of stuff. Although we're not talking bacon, but still, you get my point. If you are a kitchen person and you make those healthy breakfast, lunch, and dinners, good for you. But you don't want to blow it with the snack choices that you make. So you need to stay on track when it gets to those snacks as well and make those same healthy choices. So that's what we're going to be talking more of in this video. Okay, so need to know that prepping is not as bad as it sounds, because you can prep in batches, and that keeps a lot of people from doing healthier snacks because they don't want to do the prep. But you can prep in batches, make a whole lot at one time and store it for later use down the road. And you can also get your family involved. It's not as hard as you may think. It just takes a little planning, but your brain is worth it. It's worth that planning. So I hope you don't let that be a hindrance to doing some healthier snacks. And some of them are really, really simple to do. So you can't even use that. Some of them are so simple, it doesn't even make sense. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. So you want to know, what are your choices? What kind of choices you have? And what are they doing for your brain? So on the video that I did a few days back, we gave you some healthy choices. So go back and look at that if you wanted to, but I want to extend that, like I said, today. So when I think about a healthy snack, first of all, let's get the definition straight. What is the definition for a brain healthy snack? Okay, so there's a lot of things we have to consider. First thing we need to consider is the processing, okay? We want it to be unprocessed or minimally processed. They call it culinary processing, I think, is when you can cook it, different methods of cooking it, or adding some spices and those kind of things, but it's just a minimal amount of processing. Those are the ones that would be our first picks. That's what we want to try to do as much as possible. We're talking about the processing. But if you have to get that package stuff, when you look at that package, there's certain things you don't want to see, okay? First of all, you don't want to see any unrecognizable words. You know what I'm talking about? Those kind of words that if your grandma was trying to read it, she'd be like, what in the world are you talking about? You can't even get the word out and you have no idea what it means. That would be a hint that may not be something that you need to be eating. Also, they have the 5 limit rule in terms of ingredients, and that's just a rule of thumb. 5 ingredients for a certain, whatever the snack is you're going to have, and that can vary depending on what you're cooking, but that's just a rule of thumb. And you have a whole list of them, it's more than 5. You don't even have to count. You can stray away from that. Then you need to talk about, look at the sugar. And in terms of sugar, we're talking about several things. Ideally, we're talking no added sugar. Okay. If it does have sugar, you want it to be less than 8 grams. Okay. And you don't want sugar to be one of those first 3 ingredients. You don't want sugar of any kind of, in any form. They have a whole kind of names, like 50 different names for sugar. So they have a lot of different names for sugar. Whatever you want to call it, if it's sugar, you don't want it to be one of those 3 ingredients. Okay. Also salt. Once again, we want it to be low salt, unsalted. I want low salt, like less than, I think they said like 140 milligrams of salt, no more than 400 milligrams per serving of salt. So you don't want it to have a lot of salt. You don't want it to have a lot of sugar. Okay. You don't want it to have a lot of processing. You don't want to have a lot of ingredients, and you do want fiber or protein or both. Okay. Fiber, they're finding studies that are showing that fiber is linked to a lower risk of Alzheimer's and dementia. And proteins are your building blocks. Your brain uses a lot of protein. So you want one or both of those things. Okay. And that's going to give you a healthy snack. Okay. And in terms of calories, if you want to look at calories, we're talking, like 150 to 250, somewhere in that range. But once again, there are some, brain healthy snacks that do have a lot of fat content in them. So you just have to not eat as much. That's when you have the moderation. That's when you have the snack size. Okay. But that's the definition of brain healthy snacks. So what is that? What does that look like? Okay. I have an acronym that I use for my eating in general, but it also applies to when you're looking for snacks. And the word that I use is Campbell's. I like to use it because it reminds me of Campbell's soup. Okay. But it's not spelled the same as Campbell's, Campbell's. Campbell's. Okay. Campbell's. And it stands for different types of foods that you should always be looking to eat. Okay. In their freshest form and their most unprocessed form, of course. And C is for the cruciferous vegetables. So we're talking broccoli and cabbage and all those different things that are good for you. Cauliflower, all those things that are good for you. Okay. We are also talking about alliums, which is actually onions and garlics and leeks and shallots, those kind of things. Okay. So we want to eat those as well. Those are full of nutrients. We also want to talk about mushrooms, meat substitutes, and meat. If you got to do the meat thing. Okay. And meat. Okay. So that includes your eggs in there as the meat substitute or kind of thing. You have other meat substitutes all as well. Okay. Like beans and lentils and things. Okay. And of course you have mushrooms, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, but can do a lot for your brain if you're able to eat mushrooms. Okay. So CAM. B would be for berries, beans and legumes, and B vitamin, foods that are full of B vitamins. Okay. So those beans, where you get your hummus from, where you get your mushroom burger or veggie burgers, where you get your beans from that, those kind of things. So beans and berries, of course, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes, are good for you and B vitamin foods. And then we have O for omega-3s. So we're talking about the avocado and the healthy oils and all those kinds of things. And we have water. Yep, I include water as a food group. Water and water-rich fruits and vegetables. Okay, so you're going to have all of that in there. And the S is for your seeds and your nuts. So that's Campbell's. And so if you pick your snacks and things from those areas, you're going to be getting a wealth of nutrition for your brain. So let's have some specific examples of how we're going to do that. Okay, we talked about the berries. Okay, so blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, and that's an easy peasy way to snack. You don't have to do anything to the berry, okay? Except pop it in your mouth. Well, you can wash it, but pop it in your mouth, basically. And you can put it in a lot of different things. You can put it in your smoothies. You can put it in your yogurt. You can put it in your salads. You can just eat it by itself, whatever. Berries are wonderful, nutritious, brain healthy snack for you, okay? And then we talked a little about eggs, but eggs is a powerhouse of nutrients. It has choline in it, it has a protein, 6 to 8 grams of protein in it, it has your choline in it, it has your B vitamins in it, only 60 calories, and you can eat one a day if you're in good health. If you have some cholesterol issues that your doctor is concerned about, you need to talk to him about eating one egg every day. But most people, a lot of people can eat like at least one egg a day. Okay, and you can mix it. My husband likes to mix it with spinach and egg and spinach, that kind of thing. You can make egg salad. I put it in my guacamole. I put it in my my avocado dip. You know, you make guacamole or whatever, and I put eggs in that as my dip. If you have a lot of, or just hard-boiled eggs, that's easy peasy too. Once you make a batch of them, boil a dozen of them, you got it right there at your fingertips. Okay, so that's an easy snack. I like to put nutritional yeast, sprinkle nutritional yeast on it and salt. I like that. It's a quick snack, and it's very, very healthy for you, okay? Nuts and seeds we talked about. Once again, you can roast them, and you can have unsalted, raw, those kind of things. You can put them in a lot of different things. I love them in my quinoa in the morning. You can put them in a lot of different things, in your yogurt, practically anything. I put cashew nuts on my mushroom burgers for one of the toppings that I put on it, and I add on toppings. You will be surprised. It is very, very good. Or you can just use them just as a snack, whatever. That's the nuts are the ones that you have to, kind of, have a handle on because they are a lot of fat calories, but they're very, very good for you, and they're very good for your brain. And we're talking about nuts, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, chia, flax, and that can go in practically anything as well. So there's a lot of things that you can do with that as well. Okay, so we have the nuts, we have the dips. We talked a little bit about the dips, but they're all kind of dips. The salsas and the guacamole, the avocado dip, the even peanut butter, spinach dip, hummus. And then you take your water-rich fruits and vegetables and you dip it in there and you crunch your little self with that. And it's very, very, very extremely healthy for you. And it's not that much prep, guys. The only thing is, do not buy the carrots that are already, pre-cut, those little carrots pre-cut and in packages or whatever, because they've already lost a lot of nutrients. You want to get the whole fresh carrot. And I just, I go Bugs Bunny on you. I just take the carrot and I just chomp on it and I dip it in a dip and I just chomp on it. And then I'm not wasting near as much nutrients as if you slice it up. But do you, celery and all that, do you? Peanut butter with apples or celery or whatever, dips with cauliflower and broccoli and even spinach or whatever you want to do. Okay. It's all good, guys. And it's all healthy for you, okay? Mushrooms I talked a little bit about already, but you can saute them, and you can put them on anything, or you can just eat them, and you can do mushroom chips, guys. Now, I don't know about you. They have those that you can purchase. I haven't purchased any, so I can't tell you about that, but mushroom chips, seaweed, be careful with the processing on that, so look at the package, but seaweed is excellent for you. That dose seaweed is excellent for your brain, okay? And so there's lots you can do. What did I forget? Yogurt, kefir and yogurt, those kind of things, and you can put all kinds of stuff in there. So get the plant-based and get it unflavored, and put in your berries and put in your nuts and put in your flaxseed and put in your chia seeds and put sesame seeds in it. Put everything in it, guys. Bananas. Oh, I like it. It almost tastes like banana pudding to me when I slice up bananas and put it in there. It's really, really good for you. So those are lots of choices. And of course, fruit, miscellaneous fruit. Make sure you're not getting the ones that are sugar laden. And we're not talking about dried fruit because that's really too much sugar for you. But we're talking just fresh fruit. A lot of our nutrition for you. They even say that kiwi. I read a study talking about kiwi can help you with your sleep. I don't know, because kiwi makes my mouth itch. So they told me I need to take the seeds out of it. I haven't tried that, but I'll try that. But it's also good for helping you go to sleep or whatever, you know. But the ones that are really sugary, like the pineapple and grapes and stuff, you may want to stay away from those a little bit. But there's all kinds of other stuff. There's mango and papaya, and there's, you know, apples, banana, oranges. Of course, you know about those. But those are a lot of different choices that you can do from there that are easy peasy to have as a snack. Okay. All right. So there's a lot of different choices there. In fact, if you would like, notification of this mini course I am putting together called Brain Snacks and Meal Preps, I'm going to show you how you can prep to, get things more convenient for you, and also different, snacks, recipes and things that you can use for your brain healthy snacks and on the go and that kind of thing. If you want that, you can sign up for the early bird notification. I'm going to leave a link with you, and you click on there and you'll be put on the list to get notified when I have the mini course on brain snacks and meal prepping available, because you want to be able to get in the swing with that so that you won't fall short of what you can be supplying your brain with as snacks. It's pretty potent. It's pretty powerful. So hope you enjoyed this, and hope you sign up for the notification, because your brain's destiny is in your hands.